Start churning butter and put on your church shoes, little sister, because we're about to blast off.
Ralph, what is it you're trying to say?
We're going to the internet.
What?
Ralph Breaks the Internet, aka Wreck-It Ralph 2, is co-directed by Phil Johnston and Rich Moore, and finds us back at Litwick's Family Fun Center, once again in the company of Ralph, voiced by John C. Reilly, and Vanellope, voiced by Sarah Silverman. After Vanellope's game Sugar Rush is broken, Ralph and Vanellope take to the internet to find the part required to fix the game, and hilarity ensues. I loved Wreck-It Ralph. The world was interesting and creative, the story was heartfelt, if predictable, the humor was on point, it was an excellent movie. Ralph Breaks the Internet? Not so much. Don't get me wrong, there's some pretty funny stuff here, but it tells almost the same story as the first one. I would be okay with that, except that Ralph Breaks the Internet is missing one very key aspect that Wreck-It Ralph had going for it. Compelling supporting characters. Wreck-It Ralph had a really good antagonist in King Candy. He had his own story arc and motivations that made sense. The antagonist in Ralph Breaks the Internet is Ralph's insecurity, which surprisingly didn't make it into the trailers. Sure, it gets its own manifestation in the end, which was super creepy, but it's still not exactly a character, and while they connected enough dots to make it understandable, it still never felt like there was a whole lot at stake. Also, Wreck-It Ralph had Fix-It Felix, voiced by Jack McBrayer, and Sergeant Calhoun, voiced by Jane Lynch. Again, both of these characters get an interesting backstory, and while they end up working together to find Ralph, they do so for different reasons. Ralph Breaks the Internet has no one like this. There are helpful characters, sure, namely Shank, voiced by Gal Gadot, Yes, voiced by Taraji P. Henson, and J.P. Spamley, voiced by Bill Hader. But their motivation for being helpful is never justified and feels pretty random. Most of the funny stuff is in the trailers, like Vanellope running into the Disney princesses, which are all voiced by the original actors, at least as far back as The Little Mermaid, and Ralph's run-in with Double Dan. The funniest part of the movie, and it was hilarious, was a musical number done by Vanellope. It's almost worth watching the rest of the movie just for that. And I should also mention that there's a fantastic end-credit scene that's worth sticking around for as well. All that said, as much as I would love to sing the praises of Ralph Breaks the Internet, I just can't. It's an okay movie. My kids loved it, but Wreck-It Ralph appealed to adults just as much as it did kids, and I don't see Ralph Breaks the Internet doing that. I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5 stars. I'll be honest, if that song wasn't in there, it would just be getting a 2. But man, that song. And that'll do it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you back here next week with another review.